Welcome, dear friends. And today's newspaper. This news has flashed. NCERT releases the textbooks rooted in Indian context. So this is a very important rooted in Indian context. So let us see what is here. Fariha Iftikhar. This reporter is New Delhi. The National Council of Educational Research and Training (NCERT) on Friday released a new social science textbook of class 6th with the chapters rooted in Indian context that contains the naming of the country by ancient inhabitants was Bharat, and that it was later called India by foreigners, and included sections on Vedic schools of thought and stories from Upanishad among others. The online version textbooks titled Exploring Society India and Beyond has been released by the NCERT on its official website. This year, the Council announced that it will release revamped textbooks under National Education Policy 2020 and the new National Curriculum Framework (NCF), which emphasizes the curriculum to be rooted in the Indian and the local context and ethos, only for classes 3rd and 6th. While the majority of the books have been released online, some are yet to hit the market in physical form. The fifth chapter of the new book, titled India, that is Bharat, explains how the country had many names in the course of its history, and the names given by its ancient inhabitants includes जम्बूद्वीप एंड भारत। यहाँ मैं बताना चाहूँ भारत के जो नाम है उसको मैं जब पढ़ाता था क्लास में तो मैं बोलता था BIHAR बिहार बिहार। तो इसके हर जो अल्फ़ाबेट्स हैं उसके अलग अलग, बी से भारत, आई से इंडिया, BIH से हिंदुस्तान, BIHAA से आर्यवत और आर से रेवाखंड। अब रेवाखंड वाला जो पार्ट है वो लोगों को मालूम नहीं है, लेकिन रेवाखंड भी बोला जाता था। जब पंडित जी पूजा कराते हैं तो इस श्लोक वाचन के दौरान रेवाखंडे करके एक वर्ड आता है, सेंटेंस आता है। तो पूरा रेवाखंडे एक खैर रेवाखंड तो वर्ड ही है, लेकिन उस सेंटेंस में रेवाखंड का प्रयोग किया जाता है शब्द का। तो चलिए, however the latter became widespread in time and is the name of India in most Indian languages it states, highlighting that Bharat is a name that first appears in the Rig Veda, where it refers to one of the main Vedic group of people. In later literature, several kings named Bharata are mentioned. A few centuries later, Bharat became the name generally used for the Indian subcontinent. For instance, in an ancient text called the Vishnu Purana, we read the country that lies north of the ocean and south of the snowy mountains is called Bharat. It states, emphasizing that the name Bharata is even in use today. The book mentions that the North India is generally written as a Bharat, while in South India it is often Bharatam. In further says it further says that the foreign visitors to or invaders of India mostly adopted names derived from the Sindhu or Indus River. This resulted in names like Hindu, Indoi, and eventually India. Besides, the book mentions that the term Hindustan was first used in Persian inscriptions some 1800 years ago and was used by the most invaders of India to describe the Indian subcontinent. The first foreigners to mention India were the Persians, the ancient inhabitants of Iran. In the 6th century BC, a Persian emperor launched a military campaign and gained control of the region of Indus River, which, as we saw, was earlier called Sindhu. So it is no surprise that in the earliest records and stone inscriptions, the Persians referred to India as Hindu or Hindu and Hindu, which are adaptations in their language of Sindhu. Besides of on these Persian sources, the ancient Greek named the region Indoi or Indica. They dropped the initial letter H of Hindu because this letter did not exist in their Greek languages, the textbook states. However, it also mentions that the Indian constitution, which was first written in English, uses the phrase India, that is Bharat, right at the beginning, and the Hindi versions of the constitution mentions the same as Bharat Arthat India. Last year, a high level committee framed by the NCERT to revise the social science curriculum had recommended that India should be replaced by Bharat in all textbooks. The older version of the textbook did not have a full-fledged chapters on the naming of India. The textbook has 14 chapters divided into 5: India and the world, land and the people, tapestry of the past, our cultural heritage and knowledge, traditions, governance and democracy, and economic life around us. The selection of the five themes takes care of the important requirements of maintaining a multidisciplinary perspective. Cultural rootedness is thus not limited to the theme our cultural heritage and knowledge traditions, said NCERT Dr. दिनेश प्रसाद सकलानी in his forward. तो ये था एक थीम एनसीईआरटी की जो बुक है उसके ऊपर एक रिव्यू. So this review is fine, which I have stated. So it is matching with that. Thank you.